Dragonslayer. Thank you to my old friend who introduced me to this forgotten masterpiece. You go to Comic-Con, you never hear people or see people dressed up as Dragonslayer. Or maybe you do see them and you don't know where. You know? Yeah, I'm a movie guy, but I haven't seen all movies. Be cool if I seen all movies, but nope, I haven't. Dragonslayer, a forgotten masterpiece. This is a masterpiece. If you guys are fans of Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, why don't you go back to some of the earlier fantasy films such as Labyrinth, Willow, and Dragonslayer. In the 80s, that's when fantasy, I feel, really started getting better. Took them 20 years to finally nail the craft. But then, of course I'm talking about from 1981 to 2001, fantasy films were just trying, and they were getting better and better and better as years went by. And then by the early 2000s, that's when fantasy really took off. And to me, I think it personally all started with the help of Dragonslayer. So, what is Dragonslayer about anyway? What is it? Is it just about a Dragonslayer? No. It is a tale full of sorcerers, wizards, witchcraft, and dragons. I have to say, the animatronics that they used for the dragon in this film were amazing. It looked like a real dragon. No computer, no digital drawing. This is 1981 we're talking about. Not the 2000s and the early 2010s onward. This is the 80s. They would use puppets. They would use a certain kind of animation in those days. But in the 80s, that's when robots and animatronics really dominated the world of realism. The animatronics for the dragon, I remember watching this with my friend for the first time, and we were blown away. We actually paused the movie, and we looked at each other and went, "Whoa, that is a dragon." And he goes, "Yeah." He was blown away just as I was. And so what is the story about? What is Dragonslayer? Is it just a tale of sorcerers, wizards, apprentices, dragons, medieval times? Well, there's an actual story to this one. A new original story. Well, at that time it was new, but here is what I shall read from the back. Back in the days when everyone believed in magic, a horrifying, fire-breathing dragon terrorized the 6th century British countryside. The only hope to the citizens is an aging sorcerer, but when he is killed before he can save the people, the task falls into his young apprentice, Galen. Galen's mission is to complete Galen's mission is complicated by resistance from the king and falling in love. But his biggest challenge comes when he is suddenly face to face with the dreaded monster. Is his magic enough to save him? You have to watch this movie to find out. So, this is the basics of Dragonslayer. Get ready for part 2, okay? Because part 2, I'm going to talk about the review. There will be spoilers, so get ready.